Have you ever felt like the more you search for inner peace, the more it slips away? Doesn't it feel like such a paradox? But what if I told you the peace you're searching for is already within you and it's just waiting to be accessed? This is the profound realization after I read The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And if you're ready to cultivate a deeper sense of peace like me, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Reina, an international etiquette consultant and former television host. I've always been fascinated about how we connect with the world. But 4 years ago, I almost lost my life to a life-threatening tumor. Ever since then, I've shifted my focus completely to what it really means to live a meaningful life. So on this channel, we explore not just the art of human connection, but a lot of the powerful life lessons I'm learning along the way. Today, we're diving into the 3 life-changing lessons from The Untethered Soul to help you unlock that inner peace. Lesson 1, begin to notice the constant chatter in your head. You know that inner voice, right? The inner voice that won't stop narrating about every single thing we do in the day, commenting on everything you see and everything you do. Michael Singer calls that the chatter, the continuous stream of thought your mind generates. And here's the profound part. You are not that voice. How do we know? I were to ask you, what are you going to think about next? You won't be able to tell me, because there is the you that is observing the thoughts. There is a you behind the chatter. For me, meditation is when this distinction becomes the clearest. As I sit in silence, I can observe my mind's relentless commentary. And I start to notice the physical reactions that's coming off from certain thoughts. A stressful thought might make my stomach clench, whereas a happy memory might send a rush of joy throughout my body. I'm sure sometimes you can notice that as well, where when you think about something happy, it just makes you want to smile. If you're new to this, a simple exercise you can start doing is literally just to sit somewhere quiet and calm for 5 minutes. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is to start observing your thoughts. You will start to see all the random thoughts that's floating through your mind, worries about work, plans for the weekend, what you said yesterday, what you think you're going to do tomorrow. Try to not engage with them, just simply notice them. Michael Singer teaches us to observe the chatter without judging and with genuine curiosity. You can start asking these questions. What are the patterns? What are the certain triggers that usually makes you feel a certain way? By raising this self-awareness, you start to gain tremendous power and free will. Think about those moments where something happens and you almost feel like there is an uncontrollable wave of emotions coming in and there's nothing you can do about it, because the way that the trigger works is once the trigger is activated, your body is used to a certain way of reacting to it. Maybe it's a friend being only 5 minutes late and you're disproportionately angry. Maybe it is something going wrong at work and you can't control how sad you feel. It can even be a particular smell or a particular song that makes you feel a certain way. When you observe your thoughts, you can start to identify the triggers, understand its root, and consciously choose a different response. This awareness is truly life-changing. Lesson 2, observe how these impressions affect you and practice keeping your heart open. Building on the first lesson of observing your thoughts, the next one is seeing how these impressions affect you. Noticing how these external impressions, everything you see, everything you smell, everything you hear, whatever you're experiencing, and how these affect your inner state. How does your heart, body, and energy react when different information comes in? Singer encourages us to simply observe these reactions rather than instantly reacting to them by closing ourselves off. Often, which you have probably noticed before, when something uncomfortable happens, our mind's defensive mechanism kicks in. We might feel a tightening in our chest, a surge of anger, or a mere desire to try and shut it down. This negativity frequently comes from past things that have hurt us, or old protective patterns that's trying to shield you from danger. So instead of automatically closing off, the simple practice is to observe the impulse to close off and consciously choose to keep your heart open. This is all about letting life's experience flow right through you rather than getting stuck inside. It doesn't mean that you don't feel emotions anymore. It's more about not letting them dictate your entire being. It is literally a profound shift from resistance to acceptance. Moving on to lesson 3, reside in the observer and trust the energy of your open heart. This final lesson brings it all together. Once you consistently observe the chatter and notice how external impressions affect you without immediately closing off, you begin to truly connect with the you that's observing. This is the true self, the consciousness. And according to Singer, all of your peace resides within there. The practice is always to return to that position where you're just observing. When your heart feels like it needs to close in response to something uncomfortable, try to consciously keep it open. This is also about starting to practice how to trust your inner intuition, that deeper knowing, because once you connect with it beyond the mental chatter, beyond the noise, you would feel like you're truly connecting with yourself for the first time. When you're open, you align with a flow of inner energy that guides you towards what feels expansive and light. This is a helpful question to ask as well, which is when a negative emotion arises, you ask yourself, where am I feeling uncomfortable? Which part of me is feeling this discomfort? What is the emotion trying to tell me? Or is it trying to protect me? By approaching these feelings with curiosity, rather than a need to suppress it, or just to let the emotion explode out of proportion, by approaching these feelings with a curious lens, instead of fear or judgment, you'll find that the intensity starts to dissolve. And from there, you gain freedom from being controlled by your emotions. These 3 lessons have truly transformed my journey towards the understanding of inner peace. I really encourage you to explore them for yourself. If you like this video, you may also like a recent video I did on how to find peace in this chaotic world. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a loved one, and subscribe to my channel for more content on human connection and meaningful lessons. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you read the book, please let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the peace is already within you. Until next time, bye.